Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. So, in theme with last week's video, we ranked all different types of fitness categories. This week, we're going to be ranking every lifting exercise, ranking my favorite exercises. I'm going to pick like 3 or 4 per muscle group and give you guys my thoughts on each exercise. So first, we're going to start with everybody's favorite, chest, or at least I think everyone loves chest the most. I actually don't like training chest that much. I mean, it's still fun to train, but not my favorite. But my 3 favorite chest exercises are flat/incline bench, so we can kind of count that as 1. And then I would have to say a cable fly and dips. So I prefer incline over flat bench. Comment down below what you prefer. But either way, I always include a bench because it's just a great way to progressively overload. It's super easy to just add weight each week, and it just makes you feel strong and makes you feel like a beast. I'll give benching a 9 out of 10. And then cable flies are one of my favorites as well. Another one that you can progress on, just to add more weight to the cable stack. I really like the stretch you can get on the width of your chest, and I think it just really opens up how wide you can get your chest. And it's just a great stretch if you let it really pull you back at the end. Cable flies, not as fun as benching, but we'll give it an 8 out of 10. Very effective. And then finally, we got dips. Dips would be like a 10 out of 10 for me, except I'm lazy. I can do like 3 plates on dips, and that's how strong I am on dips, but I'm just too lazy to load up the plates every time. It's really annoying getting the freaking belt and loading it up, clipping on the weights. But if there was somehow a way to do weighted dips easier, dips would be 10 out of 10. I would do them all the time. All right, next we're moving down to the quads. I don't think anything can beat a classic barbell squat. I'll give a squat 10 out of 10. You can just progress on that forever. You'll never be too strong for a squat. Absolutely kills. You can really push it to failure on squats. Squatting is fun. I know a lot of people don't like doing legs, but once you get really good at squatting and once you start adding some heavy weight, squatting is fun. Yeah, easy 10 out of 10 for that. Then I'll have leg extensions next. I'll give leg extensions like an 8 out of 10. Sometimes it's not the most like dynamic movement. You're just sitting in a seat, kicking your legs out, but it is one of the best ways to just isolate the quad, and you can kind of hit the inside and outer sweep of your quad depending on how you place your legs. And then finally, we got leg press. I kind of have a bit of a love-hate relationship with leg press. People love to just ego lift on the leg press. Yeah, I leg press 6 plates, and then all they can squat is 2 plates, because it's really not that big of a not that good of a transfer of strength. But leg press is still solid. You can really isolate your quads on that depending on how you set your feet up, wider, higher on the thing, and you can progress on that, which is a key part for leg press. We'll give leg press a 7.5 out of 10. All right, now we move on to back, which might be my favorite muscle group to train. I think number 1, you have to include a deadlift and barbell row. Can kind of combine them as an exercise because they're both like pulling movements from the ground with a barbell. I'll just lump them together. Deadlift doesn't isolate one muscle group in your back, but overall it's just a great builder, and you can progress on deadlift super well, and it'll build huge traps, overall strength. And that isolateral or isometric hold at the top is a really killer, and it kind of works your back more than you think. Obviously strengthens your lower back as well. And then barbell row, pretty similar, works the lower back, gets those lats. You can really get a good stretch on the lat, especially if you use like a deficit to allow more range of motion. I'll give deadlift / barbell rows a 9 out of 10. And then pull-ups, I think this might be the best back exercise, period. Great way to progress. You can load up plates, use a belt to load up. You can do different grips. You can do neutral grip. You can do chin-ups to work a little more biceps, or you can just do a classic pull-up. You can go wider as well. Just overall great back builder. Just hits everything in your back, and you can do pull-ups anywhere. Super versatile, and I think it's just a great beginner movement, but then the more advanced you get, you kind of come back to the basics and realize they're really good as well. And we're giving pull-ups a 10 out of 10. And then finally, I'd count like a chest supported row in there. I really like chest supported rows because it kind of takes everything else out of the equation and really just isolates your back. The key is finding a good machine. Hammer Strength has some good ones where you pull with one arm. I do prefer more unilateral, or that's not the right word. I don't like isolateral, unilateral, like one at a time. I like rowing together, so it is hard finding a machine that lets you do both. But if you can find that machine that gives you chest support and lets you pull at the same time, Nothing beats that in my opinion. As far as machines go, we'll give a chest supported row a 9 out of 10. We're gonna kind of go over hamstrings fast because like hamstrings kind of boring. Still important to hit, but I think you can kind of count the deadlift RDL in with hamstrings. It's a bit of a back movement, but it's also legs. Great way to progress on that. You can go super heavy. As far as hamstring goes, deadlift RDL's 9 out of 10. And then like a lying leg curl, but not isolateral. So one that lets you curl at the same time with both feet together. My gym only has the isolateral one, and it's so annoying. It sucks because it's like if one leg is like longer or like one leg is stronger than the other, it just throws you all off. So if it's a lying leg curl that lets you do it at both, 9 out of 10. There's one at crunch that I like, and just get the craziest burn. You just keep repping out, and it just really lets you isolate the hamstring. So 9 out of 10 if it's a good machine. And then finally, seated leg curl. This is the one where you sit down and then curl in. So your legs, I don't know how to demonstrate this. I might just throw a video, but you just curl in. Great way to really isolate the hamstrings. It's like, think of it like, it's like a curl for the arms, but for the hamstrings. It kind of has that similar feeling where you just really feel the leg on that. If it's a good machine, seated leg curl could be like a 9 out of 10. Now we got shoulders. Shoulders were never really my favorite to train up until a couple months ago when I really started focusing on them more and seeing growth. Shoulders, you can kind of like forget about them. You do your chest days, you do your tricep days, and it's easy to forget shoulders, but they're a huge part of your physique. And if you got those capped shoulders, those freaking boulder shoulders, it'll really elevate your physique. I don't think anything beats the lateral raise for shoulders. That hits the middle delt the best, but it still hits rear delt and a little bit of front delt as well. Just an overall great shoulder builder, and you can just spam shoulder raises, lateral raises forever. Another one I love is overhead press. I think a lot of people forget to do OHP, but it's great for the front delt, a little bit of middle delt as well. Good shoulder builder, and you can progress on that, go heavy, which is fun. Lateral raises, 10 out of 10. OHP, 8.5 out of 10. And then I think you have to include face pulls. If you guys ever watch Athlete X, face pulls is like his favorite exercise ever. And I don't watch him that much anymore, but that is one thing that has stuck with me. Do your face pulls. Great for rear delts, great for just shoulder health. Really keeps you loose and keeps your shoulders healthy. But it's a great rear delt burner. You got to do them right though, because some people do them wrong and they're not really hitting their rear delts as best as they could. But I give face pulls like a 9 out of 10. Really great exercise and the added health benefit. All right, now we move on to the triceps. Triceps, you should not neglect at all. A lot of people don't realize, but if you're trying to grow your arms, yes, biceps are important, but the triceps have 3 heads. It's a massive muscle group. So if you really hit your triceps, you can fill out that shirt better than if you just focus on biceps. Besides like pressing, which we already covered with chest, I love heavy push downs with triceps. Just use like a straight bar on the cable. You can just go crazy heavy on push downs. You can kind of ego lift, but it's as long as you're getting that tricep extension, it's great. And then I also like overhead tricep extensions as well on the cable. Sorry about that, getting texts. Yeah, I love cable overhead extensions. That's where you take like ropes and kind of extend over top. That really gives a good stretch on the I think it's the long head of the tricep when you go overhead like that, which just helps you hit the tricep in a different way. And then I think I'd also include dips in with triceps as well. Like I said, if you're not too lazy to load up the dips, you can go like crazy heavy with triceps. Great way to progress, and it's a great feel on the tricep, and it hits it from a different angle. Heavy push downs to give like a 9 out of 10. I love how you can go crazy ego lift on that. And then overhead extensions, great feeling. Can't do as much weight, but I mean, not everything is about lifting the heaviest weight. Overhead extensions, 9 out of 10. And then dips, I think honestly have the biggest potential. If you're not too lazy to load them up, give them a 9.5 out of 10. Alrighty, finally, we're finishing with biceps. This is probably everybody's favorite. Not gonna say it's my favorite exercise to lift, but every time I'm in the gym, I pretty much am hitting a bicep movement. So it is my favorite. Biceps, everybody's favorite show muscle. It's just what people notice when you lift, so you can't neglect biceps. I think the most basics are perfect for biceps. Dumbbell curls, I like to do them together. People like doing alternating. I think it just takes more time and kind of tires your arm out while the other one's lifting, the other one's resting. So I like doing them together. You keep your chest up, head high. Renaissance periodization has a really great demonstration of how to do that form. But if you keep your chest up, it really gets that stretch on the bicep on the way down. Yeah, just focus going slow on the way down. Dumbbell curls, 9 out of 10. Barbell curls, honestly the same, 9 out of 10, just a little bit different way to load it, but you can go a little heavier on a barbell row, and it's a good way to progress since you can just keep adding weights to the bar. And then I think I would throw in hammer curls as my third favorite bicep exercise. Helps hit the brachialis of the bicep, which is like the outside width of the bicep. That'll just add some meat to your arms on the outside. Better bicep development overall, and you can go pretty heavy on these, which are fun. I get to the 50s on hammer curls, and it's just fun slinging around some weight, and it even has some added benefits of forearm training in there as well. Hammer curls, I give an 8.5 out of 10. So that's gonna be a wrap on my favorite exercises tier list. Let me know down below what your favorite exercises are per muscle group, and comment what your favorite exercise is, period. I don't know which my favorite exercises be. Maybe I'll leave a comment as well to let you guys know what my favorite is. But thanks for watching. If you guys enjoy the tier lists, I'm gonna have a sports tier list coming out soon. Should have it next week, hopefully. And then after that, we're gonna do obscure sports, which should be even more fun. So if you enjoy, subscribe, like the video, and we'll see you next time. Peace.